Today we're going to be talking about how to test for mold in the air and on upholstered furniture. So, here are the different supplies that you need. Some form of Sharpie marker, a sandwich size Ziploc bag, a piece of aluminum foil that is at least as wide as the mold test plate and twice as long, a Kleenex or some other clean paper towel if you're doing an air gravity test, of course the mold test plate, and some clear tape. So, there's two different ways to do this, an air gravity test and a tap test. We'll talk about the air gravity test first. So first, take the clean mold test plate out of its container. To do an air gravity test, you set one side, this is the side with the Petri dish film inside, face up, and then face down you're going to want to place the lid. Now you're going to leave that there for about an hour is the recommended time. So for the purpose of demonstration, imagine that 1 hour goes by as the air particles collect inside the Petri dish, and it will be able to determine how much mold is in the air. So 1 hour has passed, we would put this back on, tape it up, and seal it up, as I'll show you later. Now, other than the air gravity test, there's also a tap test, and I'll show you how to do a tap test. This is good for doing on large upholstered furniture. For the purpose of demonstration, I'll be using this chair right here. So you take the Petri dish and you tap to where the upholstered material collects on. You can see a little bit of depression there as it was impacted on the Petri dish. Do that 2 or 3 times. I'm going to take the lid and put it back on the Petri dish. So next, we're going to want to tape it up. So I'm taking the clear transparent tape. I recommend doing it 2 or 3 different times, usually on the sides. This is basically just to make sure that the Petri dish does not get opened when it is stored, which is a very important part. So next piece of tape, I'll put it on the other side. And there we go, now it is sealed. So next time to put it in the tin foil, the aluminum foil keeps light out of it because light is something that kills mold, particularly ultraviolet light and sunlight. So I'm going to put this on this way. Make sure it's covered on all sides by it so that light won't be able to get in, kill the mold, and invalidate the test. So next I'm going to take the Sharpie, and I usually always write the date. So today is November 21st. This is a tap test, so I'm going to do a tap. I'd also put AG for air gravity. If you also put air gravity, you would want to put the amount of time that you had it set out. Usually 1 hour, but if you had less than 1 hour, you would write 45 minutes or 30 minutes so that you'll know generally how much time you're working with. It's important later. And then I'll put either the room that it's in for air gravity or the piece of furniture if it was a tap test, so the chair. After that, I take the mold test plate, open up the plastic bag, and we're going to want to put it inside the plastic bag because this prevents air contamination. So now that it is inside the sandwich bag and it's completely sealed up, we're going to take this and put it in a cabinet or drawer. So for the purpose of this, I'm going to pick this drawer. Again, that keeps it from any ultraviolet light getting in. Wait 2 days, and then you can normally get a pretty accurate reading. After 3 or 4 days, it's even more accurate. Now, a couple of things about that as far as the counts. If you see 0, 1, or 2 spots, it's pretty good for a person with sensitivity for air gravity tests. Between 3 and 8 or 9 spots, you would definitely require, some form of intervention like air purifying or some form of washing or cleaning the fabric. 10 or more is going to be a pretty unhealthy situation mold-wise for anyone with sensitivities. And one final note, for an air gravity test dealing with a time period of less than 1 hour, such as just 30 minutes, you would multiply those results by 2 at the end. So for example, if I had a count of 2 for 30 minutes, it would be like a count of 4 for 1 hour, dealing with those. Alright, so any other questions, feel free to message me, and that should get an accurate count of the mold in the air. Thank you.